Greetings, everyone. How have you been? Here in Curitiba, the weather is changing fast. We're entering spring now, but the temperatures are high. It already feels like summer. Today, I'm bringing you the process of an illustration in which I use the glazing technique, which basically consists in overlapping 2 or more layers of color to achieve a third one. If you don't know this technique yet, watch closely. Today, I'm going to use it several times during my painting. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm always giving tips like this for those who like to paint and illustrate with different art mediums. Earlier, I showed you my color palette being prepared. As usual, I used my White Nights paints from Nevskaya Palitra and a color from Talon's Van Gogh, pink. My aim was to create a triadic chromatic harmony using secondary colors such as green, orange, and purple. For this painting, I used the colors cerulean blue, pink, and cadmium yellow. As we say in Portuguese, the leap of the cat in this painting was to use pink instead of red. As my pink is a cool red mixed with white, it produces great violet tones when mixed with blue and a desaturated orange that works very well to produce light skin tones. I started my painting with blue, went in with violet, and, only after everything had dried, began to go in with the warm tones, the yellows and oranges. This kind of planning is important for a painting, as it ensures that pigments that shouldn't mix, well, don't mix. Timing is very important in watercolor, as the degree of humidity of the paper will determine whether a mixture will be successful or not. And this is also the basis for good glazing, which in this case requires the paper to be completely dry for the new layer of pigment to be deposited. Here you can see me applying the technique. With cerulean blue completely dry, I apply a layer of cadmium yellow, and the result is neither blue nor yellow, but a green, the result of mixing these 2 colors. But the beauty of glazing is that we can still see shades of blue and yellow in this area of the paint. If we had mixed these 2 paints on the palette, or even separately on the paper, we would have had a completely different effect. And you can top it off with more layers. In my case, my cadmium yellow was too strong, which made the green too warm, so I went back with another layer of cerulean blue. Sometimes I also use this technique to define shadows in my paintings. After establishing some tonal values on the skin, working with the transparencies of the orange, I also mark the shadows with diluted cerulean blue. That way, when the colors dry, it will desaturate the orange at those points, creating a slightly darker color in those areas and a very beautiful stain in my painting. It's also a way of making the figure blend in a little better with the background and look more like it fits into the composition. When all the layers of watercolor are dry and I'm happy with the result, I start working with colored pencils to define the line art, darken some areas, or even add texture to parts of the painting. Today, I'm also using my Faber-Castell colored pencils from the Polychromos line. As I don't like using black for line art, I'm working with a mix of earthy reds, as well as some browns and violets for the parts of the dress, hair, and eyes. My idea when working with line art is not to create a continuous line of one solid color, but to work with different thicknesses and colors. The painting isn't uniform either. I work with hatches that complement the color I've already painted in the ink stage. What did you think of today's result? I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to write me a comment. Don't forget to like this video and also to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything I post here. Have a great week and see you soon. Bye.